What's going on, guys? WRS here. Today we are doing a duos guide for a run through. We are Ironmen. We're hardcore Ironmen right now. That's not going to last very long, doing ToA and with the name of So Effin' Bad. So the first thing you're going to want to do is apply to the raid that your better half, your other teammate, sets up. This guide is definitely from the perspective of the worst player. And then from there, you're going to want to go into group storage and loot all of the supplies that they put together for you. So what you're basically going to need, if you look at my inventory setup, is your best food of choice, prayer potions. Run it with 3 to 4 prayer potions, 2 to 3 super restore, and then maybe 7 to 8 Karam wands. And then from there, you'll also want a ranging setup. That way, you have a ranging setup. We use enchanted diamond and ruby bolts, and either black d'hide for my partner and Carol's for me because I have better RNG and I didn't get hacked and lose all of our other gear, unlike another person in our group. So once you have the setup, the one-click telly, a melee setup, mage setup, ancient's magic, you can head on in to get started here. The first room is very simple. Basically, you're just going to let your teammate do it all while you freeze the alligators and wait to get to the next room. Now, if you want to contribute, you can. Drop 1 inventory slot of Karamwan and run toward the lake. Basically, go whenever you want because I have no idea how this RNG works. Fill your bucket thing, run back, click the tree, and then camp the alligators. And that's what goes into this first room. As you can see, my teammate will be doing the rest, mostly because I'm lazy. So, good job. Now, a couple of things to note. If you splash, you're especially bad, and then he's going to attack the tree, making your teammate do the extra run. So, that's not really great. Oh yeah. Alright, it's time for Zebak. We are in the next room. Make sure to get your ranging gear to go, pray some Hawkeye, and dive right in. Those front tiles right in front of him are the danger zone. Now, if you go near him, he has a melee attack, so he will pretty much 2-hit you. So just stay away from the guy. I mean, give him his space. From here, he's going to shoot a barrel. Play with some sound because you'll hear the difference between that magic attack and the range attack boulder. Here, I'll demonstrate how to stand in the poison really well. He'll generally start with either a wave attack, which you can see here, and keep rotating between prayer and range, and then stand in the wave zones. This fight's pretty much the same with 2 as per 1. The only difference is you'll have 2 people to help shoot the barrel and blow up the poison. So for this phase, you can see 2 rocks are planted in the ground. Let your teammate push the barrel, shoot the barrel, and then stand behind it. If these rocks land really far back, make sure to switch to long range, or if you're like me, don't even bother shooting because that's what will get you in trouble. So you can see that ticks constant 50s. You need to be behind that rock and you have about 15 seconds to set up for it. If it's not going to happen and you're hardcore like us, well, that's where the one-click telly comes into play. A lot of poison here. Keep your prayer high, keep attacking the boss, and make your way to the wave zone. So you can push some jugs and shoot him to clear poison. Doesn't really matter. Just keep focusing on praying and get the rotations right. Stand in the right spots for the waves. And that is most of the fight of Zebak. We'll keep going here. There's some invocations that send out red blobs. It's a really easy few points for you. But like I said, basically in duos, the trick is for Zebak to simply bring a good teammate so he can shoot those magical jars to clear out the poison and make sure that you get behind the rock. Here's the red blobs that we have on. You can see me almost get ticked. I was one square away. And Zebak is in enrage mode here. So when he gets below 20% health, he will stop the wave attack. He'll stop the thing that I'm so bad at. And he'll just start shooting these rocks more rapidly. And you just have to be on top of your prayer game. Pro tip. When the boss dies, you heal prayer points and health. Save your resources if you can help it, because when you get to that point, that's a free heal. That way you have enough materials to get through Kephri and the other bosses as well. Mostly just Kephri, to be honest, because you'll get a helpful spirit in the future. So you can see here, the boss is almost dropped. If you're a really good player like me, you'll get the Fang. If you're a really bad player like me, you won't. So that tells you who did more damage in your party, and also the ToA points accumulate based on the damage that you're doing. Talk to Krondis, you'll get to the next room, and next up is the path of Scarabas. So let's dive in. Setting up for that, you have the left side and you have the right side, and most importantly, you have the add-on from Runelight telling you exactly what to do. So when you go in, make sure the ToA add-on is active, and then it's going to tell you where to click. These are pressure tiles. Click around, don't try and walk through them. Hit them in the order that comes up on the screen. Don't do what I just did and run across a different pressure tile. Sometimes the ceiling will collapse and you'll have to repeat it. So let your teammate do on the other side what you're doing. This is the difference in duos. So effing hard is currently shooting pillars in an order and then remembering that order and dodging rocks rapidly. When the Scarabs come out, feel free to get some free XP and pray range. That way they don't chip you. And wait for your slow and incompetent teammate to finish the other side as he clicks the pillars and can't figure it out. As you can see, always take the easier side, and you know it's the easier side because it doesn't have that puzzle happening. So click the 1, then he's got to click the 2, and he's got to find the 3, and he can't seem to find it, and that's why we are still watching him here.
This is very sad.
Alright, welcome to the next room. Basically, just keep using your add-on. This is easy for all of them. Just click the boxes that highlight. They're all pressure tile based. Here, you want to get really good. It's like Guitar Hero for your team. First, highlight all of the tiles. Don't miss any like I did there. See how I have that one missing, and then you click one, and then your partner clicks one, and then you want to time it so they light up. So there's not really an important rush, but if you get really good, there is instant tick performance. So if you click line and they click line, you can instantly click star, for example, and you don't have to wait for like a 3 or 4 tick scenario. So here, now that we're in Kephri, what you're going to want to do, make sure your prayer's topped off. You'll be praying range. Get on a melee setup. Don't go in with mystics like I'm probably about to do. Okay, looks like I remembered. Get some extra defense in there. And then you're going to need to learn a very specific movement. Now, Kephri is the reason why I'm making this video, because I didn't see a good duos guide on how to do it. So the first thing you're going to see is the square movement pattern. And this allows you to dodge the falling dung. So whoever goes in first will be the first dung. And that's that poop that blocks your movement path across the screen and can really block out, the scarabs that you need to kill. So in this movement pattern, you'll always dodge, you'll trigger the aerial attack, and you'll always dodge it. So here we're going to go across. You can either let your teammate kill that thing, like it looks like I'm doing, or you can go and assist to kill that first scarab. Just keep moving because those suicide scarabs can stack you out, and those little swarms are what's healing the boss. If you have a blowpipe, you can kill them. If you don't, really just ignore it and wait till the next phase. You'll get poisoned, take a sip of anti-poison, and then get back over there. You're going to be the next dung because your teammate was. In order to tell, zoom in on your character. That's how I kept missing it, and make sure that you pay attention to the swarm that shows up around you. So I'll call it out when it happens to me, even though I'll probably miss it, and keep moving in this square formation to avoid all damage. Once you get this little dance down, there's the swarm. Yep, okay, so I got it. Hits you back, and then we lined up the dung. That way, we don't really have any problems. And then just keep doing your little square dance. This arcane scarab is the most important one to kill, so instead of running away from it like I did, run up to it and make sure you get 3 little attack animations on it to interrupt its huge charge-up attack. If you don't do that in time, it will pretty much kill you. And then from here, pray melee and keep dodging the suicide bombers while killing the melee scarab. It's pretty straightforward, and again, we're so bad we are using the stabber weapon that you get from beneath Cursed Sands in order to kill Kephri and for the entirety of the raid. So if you have any better melee weapons than us, feel free to bring them, especially in this beginner level entry, sort of 50 to 150 range. From here, the fight's pretty much over. Keep doing your dance, and the rest will be history for you. Alright guys, that's it for part 1. Make sure to not like or subscribe if you want to see a part 2. Again, feel free to come back. You're not going to want to miss Akka and some pro strats with 2 people, with duos, with bad gear for part 2. Thanks, and see you there.